What's going on, everybody? I don't even know if this is working or if it's live streaming out. Doing it different. So I can't see anything, but just live streaming. It says the transmission is weak, which doesn't make any sense. I'm in Newark, so I don't know why it would be weak, but currently on my way from New Jersey over to Pennsylvania. Kind of far away, 384 miles to Pennsylvania to pick up a load to Las Vegas. So I'm going to be going to Las Vegas. I load up tomorrow morning and then deliver on Friday morning, which does, I'll be honest, it does make me a little. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a load out of Las Vegas. And you guys know how I feel about sitting, considering I sat all day today, and I absolutely hate sitting. But you know what? You got to do what you got to do. As my wife was reminding me so nicely, got to do what you got to do, you know? I'm not doing this to get rich. I'm doing this for my family and for my homework and all that stuff. And it's like, I could probably make it to Las Vegas by Thursday, considering I'm picking up Tuesday, by Thursday, end of day. But the delivery is for Friday, so it doesn't really matter, you know. Over to Pennsylvania. Noticed that the truck, I'm not sure if my straps have just gotten a little bit lighter or loose, because I've noticed that it's a little bit louder now when I hit bumps and stuff. But it works. Look at that sun, huh? Look at that sun. Haven't really listened to any news. I've been watching this series on Amazon called Rogue. I think that's what it's called. And it's pretty good. I like it. It's a pretty good show. I'm in Newark, New Jersey right now. Like I said. Well, yeah. I'm off this morning. I dropped off all the band equipment in New Jersey, and then sat at the Vince Lombardi. Well, actually, I sat at the shipper for a while until it was time to go. I kind of wore out my welcome just sitting there blocking everything. So then I went over to the Vince Lombardi service station and just parked there. And it was fine. You know, it was okay. Could have been worse. I think this is live. I don't see, so I can't see if it's live right now. But whatever. I think it's probably recording it to my phone anyway, and this is a pretty good video with the sun, like driving towards the sunset. It looks pretty cool to me. I didn't really have a lot to talk about today because I didn't do shit. I just sat around. I don't really want to talk much about September 11th because the news has been doing that all day. And I don't know. I don't want to politicize any of it. And I mean, that's definitely the hell out of it. Which sucks. I wish they wouldn't do that, especially on things like this. I hate how they do that. But then again, they do that with everything. So they do that with everything. There's no way that this is live everywhere. There's no fucking way. Unless people just don't care about the drive-in streams. I think the driving streams are some of the better streams, personally, because you get to see the road. See, I'm going to Las Vegas. Like, I talked to my wife. She's like, you don't sound excited to go. And I'm like, well, it's pretty darn far. And I worry about getting a load out of there for the weekend. You know, because I really don't want to sit in Las Vegas. I don't want to sit anywhere. I want to be running. That's the whole reason why I'm driving this fucking truck in the first place. But it is what it is. I think what I may do is push out to social media, or not, my broker connections, and be like, hey, I'm going to be in Las Vegas on Friday. If anyone has any expedited freight they need hauled out of there, give me a ring. Because I really, really don't want to sit there. You know? But that's just me. I don't know if they caught that escaped convict from Pennsylvania yet either. I think he's still on the run 11 days. He's been on the run now for 11 days. They're saying he stole a Sprinter van that looks similar to this one, except it doesn't have any lettering on it. And it did. I saw the picture of it getting towed away, so it did have a air conditioner on the cargo area, which mine does not. I wish it did, but it doesn't. Apparently, he stole a Sprinter van, but they recovered the Sprinter van, so I guess he didn't get very far. I saw one media story that said that he was trying to reach out to previous connections, and that this was the first time he did that. So, and then everyone's speculating that he may be getting more desperate. The guy's been out on the run for 11 days in an area so small. I don't know how they haven't found him. I mean, we can find a terrorist in the middle of Afghanistan in the desert with, you know, satellite imagery, but we can't find an escaped convict who stabbed his girlfriend in front of the kids to death. Like, I just don't understand how this guy has been gone for so long, especially because we have all this insane technology. Are you telling me we can't, you know, get it just for the safety of others? And what happens if this guy, you know, commits another crime while he's out? We know he's breaking into homes. We know he's doing that kind of stuff. He actually found time to shave, which I thought was weird. And he shaved off his facial hair. Who knows? But I just don't understand how everyone is kind of just like, well, he's still out there, 11 days. I saw on Twitter, you know, now Pennsylvania residents are starting to do patrols themselves, armed with long guns and bulletproof vests and all that stuff. Because in all reality, they're probably tired of having a shelter in place for the police department that seemingly cannot capture this guy, even though he was initially in like a 2-mile square range, and they could not find him. And now he made some distance. You know, I guess when he stole that van, he was able to get a little bit further away than he had previously. I just can't believe that he's still out there. You know what I mean? Just can't believe it. You guys should let me know if I'm live on all the channels. I don't think I am. Because I think if I was, I'd have more. Because I see it says 77 viewers. If that's true. I don't know if it is, but 75 viewers now. But yeah, it's weird. You know, I remember a time when the media actually reported the media, like the news. When the news reported the news. Now it's all opinion. It's not even news. It's not even like headlines surrounded by opinion. It's straight up opinion. 24/7. Nauseous listening to Fox News this morning and how they're trying to pay homage to the victims of the September 11th terrorist attack. Well, single-handedly, every other sentence was about Joe Biden, how he's not there and this and that. And I don't think we should give any more play. Well, and I understand why we do it, but like Joe Biden today said he was down at Ground Zero the day after on September 12th, which is factually incorrect. He was not at Ground Zero until the 20th, I believe it was, which was not planes, took down those towers, And here's another thing too. Like, I was kind of disgusted by Twitter a little bit today. There's so many people talking about conspiracy theories and all the different scenarios and what they believe took place there. And listen, I don't believe everything that's being reported, but I certainly am not going to choose the day when you're supposed to, think about the over 2,000 people that lost their lives, 343 firefighters who lost their lives. I just don't understand why people can't shut the hell up on social. I don't know. But then again, that's just me. That's just me. I think part of the issue, and I've got to out of the habit of doing it, and I got to not do it anymore, is I've not put up in advance when I'm going live. And I think that screws up a lot of people because they like those notices so they can plan. Because like last week when I was doing the shows at like 8 o'clock and scheduling it like 4 hours in advance, our views, were actually, pretty decent. But when I go live like this, it's hard for people to know when I'm live. And not a lot of people like this, the drive. I like the drive. I think the drive is sick. But other people don't because they suck. But I may get inventive depending on how tired I am. I actually napped quite a few times today. But you can't idle your truck in New Jersey, so every time I got tired, I would shut the truck off, crack the windows, put the fan on me, and just try to sleep. But I'd wake up within like a half an hour just because, it's like an oven in here when it's hot. Which leads me to believe it's going to be like a freezer in here when it's cold as well. Which, I'll be all buttoned up, top to bottom, but yeah, we're just driving. Like I said, I'm going to Pennsylvania today. I should get to my pickup in 5 hours. It's far away, all the way on the other side of the state by Ohio, where I'm picking up. And then that load is going all the way to Las Vegas, which would be nice. I kind of wish that it was picking up somewhere here going all the way to Las Vegas. But I've been waiting for one of these long hauls. The longest one I've had in total is 1,400 miles so far. So, and that was in the bigger truck when I was in the Class B CDL rig. That was a 1,400 mile run. I've had a couple of 1,200 mile runs with this. Actually, I take it back. That Kansas City run, I think, was 1,400 or 1,500 miles that I did in this van. But this is by far the longest. It's 2,500 loaded miles, not including the 360 or 380 deadhead miles. But first 100 miles are free on the deadhead. The rest of it, they got to pay me. Which kind of sucks. It's not that great of a deal either, but whatever. Hopefully the fuel isn't going to be super expensive. Hopefully I can kind of save some money on gas and all that as I'm driving there. I doubt it though. I haven't had much luck at that lately because the fuel prices have been kind of crazy. I saw fuel somewhere, I think it was in Ohio, where it was like $3.13 or $3.10 a gallon. It was cheap there when I was. I didn't even listen to any of the music from the band. I just attempted to sleep in the van, but I couldn't. And then I'd just drive at night. The thing that ticked me off is that, they're like, oh yeah, get there by 11. Every single time. That's what the band managers told me. Get there by 11, we'll offload you, and then you can go sleep and all that stuff. So I'd bust my ass to get there by 11, and they wouldn't even show up until like 1. And one of the times, they're like, all right, you going straight there? And I said, yeah. And they're like, all right, we'll meet you there. And then they didn't even show up for 2. Just take the freight off of the truck so I can go do whatever I wanted to do, which was sleep. But there's a lot of people that like that band. I tell you what, I was surprised by how many old timers came out and watched the band play. Even in Connecticut where they played, it was quiet. It was like a nice quiet town, but they had quite a lot of people came to watch their little concert there. I like that. I don't know if I would do another run for like the layover in between, because in all reality it worked out like that I made like $100 a day, and it's certainly not worth it for $100 a day. Granted, if you add in all the YouTube and all that stuff, then it's kind of worth it. But anyone notice the suspect terrorism, contact NJOHSP, these signs that I just went under? That's very odd. I've seen them leading up for the past couple of weeks here. I haven't really noticed them prior. I think it's weird. It's almost like they're trying to scare people that some bad shit's gonna happen again. Which, I mean, it probably will eventually, but hopefully not anytime soon. You know? If you guys like the drive, consider supporting the channel. I would probably live stream the drive more if more people supported the channel with the Cash Apps or Venmos. If one of my mods has a link, it'll actually pop up on my screen, I think, if someone does like a Cash App or Venmo. So I'll try to give you a shout out while it's live. But I like the drive too. Nighttime drives are kind of boring, you know, or I prefer driving at night, but for live streaming, nighttime drives are a little bit boring. So I tend not to do them that much. I haven't uploaded any GoPro videos. In fact, I don't even know where that camera is. I think it's behind the fridge from one of the, because it was hard with all. I don't even know how much space this shit to Vegas is taking. And if it's a whole van, then where am I going to sleep? I'm not going to sleep sitting up in the seat for a fucking week. You know? I don't know. This is what happens when I sit for a day. I turn into an irritable asshole. Like, they should really work on that. You know? Just keep me busy. That's it. I'll tell you what. Like, I like everything about Expedited, except the sitting. The sitting is like, to me, it's the most unbearable aspect. Homework and reading. I can only watch so much TV sitting on my ass. I you know what I mean? Before I start getting stir crazy. And then, for anyone that doesn't know what happens when I go stir crazy, it's where I get all these crazy ideas, like, throwing away everything I had and start expediting. Yeah. That's what happens when I don't have enough, or I mean, not really. I was telling my wife, I'm like, maybe I should just go back to freight brokering. Like, sitting down is, like, doing the sitting and waiting for loads is bullshit. I think the most I should sit is 3 hours. And if they can't find a load out of that area, then they should move me somewhere else where they can find me a load, or book me a load further away. You're telling me that? I don't know what it is. The night dispatcher here is, like, amazing. Because typically, if I'm sitting all day long, this guy comes in and within 2 hours of his shift starting, he's got me, on a load. And I'm like, dude, why are you so good at your job? And how come you can't work like 24/7 and just be my permanent dispatcher? That's what I wish. But he was like, because I hate sitting. Can you tell I hate sitting? I hate it. But it's what it is. Figure I'll just stay live for a few more minutes so you guys can see the sunset, which is pretty cool. And then I'll probably kill the stream. I may end up doing a really late. I'll do one tomorrow. And I'll probably probably do some GoPro uploads on this trip too. But I may take the GoPro off of the hat and just mount it right on the dash here. I just wish that I had a way, and I may try to finagle something, but I wish I had a way so I could rotate the camera, you know, so like sometimes I could shoot a video where I'm talking to the camera, but I can't do that with the mount that I have. I know Best Buy sells all different ones. And to be honest, I do have a gimbal, but GoPros don't have the mount on the bottom. So I don't know. They don't, or yeah, I have a Crane gimbal, but the GoPros don't have the like 1/4" screw on the bottom. So it won't even work with the gimbal that I have, actually. Some bullshit. Is going to pass me on the left here in a minute, or on the right hand side. He's slowing down now, but he came up flying on the all the way on my right hand side, which would have been the fast lane, and then there's nobody in front of him, but he slowed down. Maybe it's a cop, maybe it's a police interceptor. Is that what they are? You guys are getting to see the sunset in dirty Jersey. Not too shabby. Tomorrow I'll probably be in a better mood because I'll be rolling. Like I'll tell you, it really does something to me sitting there. I get really, really mad and annoyed that I'm sitting. Like, even when I'm tired, I still want to, you know, haul the freight, you know? I don't know. They all warned me. They're like, when I started, they're like, yeah, you'll sit sometimes, a couple of days. But, shit, I was in Newark, New Jersey. You telling me you couldn't find anything within 200 miles? Leaving there? Like, come on, bruh. Come on. But they finally did, so it's all good. And it's a long run, which is what I've been pestering the dispatchers for a long time. It's a long run. But I really need to get into my own van, because then this run would definitely be worth it. Right now, it's kind of like, it's not the best. Unless I save on fuel. Make some discount, you know, make some smart refueling purchases. Use the Upside app. I'm up to, since I started using the Upside app, which is shortly before I jumped in the van, which is less than a month, I've already made like $90 back. I mean, that should tell you how much, you know, because I think my first load that I did with this van was on the 17th of August. That was the day, you know, the first load that I picked up and delivered or whatever. It was the 17th of August. And so in those, however many days that is, 25 days or whatever, I've traveled 15,000 miles, 14,000 miles. Got oil changes twice. Actually, maybe, yeah, 14,000 miles. So I think I had the truck at 51,000. Now it's got 65.3. Bigger truck that I was in, I didn't really put miles on because I was sitting all the time for days. Like, that truck was better because I could like sit up. The only place I could sit up here is the driver's seat. I should really buy like a hammock or something. Who am I kidding? I'm not going in a hammock. But I should buy something like a camping chair, so then I could just sit in the back or off to the side. I thought about buying all like sorts of camping gear. So then when I am off, I could just go to like a campsite and just camp out, you know, get like a little propane grill and all that stuff. But I don't have the room for that shit in here. I've got the microwave, I got the toaster oven. I'm gonna get the electric griddle thing that we have at home. My wife said I should take that. Because then I can cook chicken, I can cook burgers, you know, all the shit I like. I am in New Jersey, yeah. Some said no more shows. I still do shows. I do shows, but I do them, you know, kind of when I can. So, but I try to do them regularly. Like, I'm going to try this week to do them at 8 p.m. Eastern every single day. So, because I could just plan to stop for the day or stop for an hour, and, like, it's good for me anyway to just not be sitting behind the wheel 24/7. Tonight, though, they just called and said, hey, you got to drive all the way to Pennsylvania, so you're ready to pick up in the morning. So I was like, well, I guess I'm not doing a news show tonight. And I did play around with OBS, so it's going to be a better news show than the ones last week with me just staring at a camera. I'll be able to pull in graphics and different stuff. It'll be a little hard for me to do at first, but we'll get it. But yeah, as much as I don't want to do the news shows, I kind of feel like I have to, because how the hell are we going to figure out what the hell is going on in this country if I don't, you know? Because I can see on the screen, it looks brighter. Out the actual window, it's not that bright. When I look at the screen, it's bright. It's very odd. I guess the screen is lightening it up a little bit. Tomorrow, if I do any of this live streaming while driving, I may try to use the GoPro and the laptop and just set them up. Because the laptop has pretty decent internet on it, and the GoPro I can just use USB right to OBS and OBS to Restream, and you know, in the laptop, and to see how that works. Because the GoPro does a wide angle and it's just nice. I don't know how the audio works with it, but actually, yeah, I used it. It works. Or I could just use the Rode mics right into OBS or right into Restream. I don't know. I do have the wireless mics too, but I am likely going to have to buy fuel before I even get out of dirty Jersey. I think there's a couple of truck stops in like 20 miles, which is probably where I'll grab the fuel. Not even really hungry. I just ate my rice stuff, my rice and chicken and salsa and cheese, which is good. You know, I don't mind it. I can't eat it every day. I try to split it up between that and chicken and stuff like that. But burger, like a Hardee's burger. Hardee's has pretty good burgers. I didn't even know about them until like, I don't know, a couple of months ago. Hardee's has pretty damn good burgers. I don't care who you are. But we're trying not to spend any money. We're trying to save. So that's why I've been eating all this shit. Chicken patties and ham and cheese, which I don't even like ham. It's not really ham. I do like Italian sandwiches. I do ham, salami, pepperoni, cheese. It's really good if you take it, you my wife, when I was leaving, because I didn't get to go home this weekend either, which is probably one of the reasons why I'm a little irritable today, I'll be honest. Because I am homesick. I get really, really homesick when I'm sitting around, you know? When I'm sitting around all day, I get super homesick. And I was telling my wife that, but that's probably one of the reasons why I'm in the mood I'm in now. Because my mood, I'll be honest, I got a very blah mood right now. Like, blah. Like, I think my wife was thinking that I was just gonna, like, show up at home and just be like, I'm done doing this shit. But no, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna keep doing it. We've got a plan. You know, the next 2 years are gonna suck ass, but we've got a plan where I'm gonna drive, I'm gonna finish my degree, I'm gonna drive, we're gonna save up money, and my goal is to pay off all the cars, including the new one now, which just fucked us over even more. And then to knock out a lot of her student loans. And yeah, so that's my plan. That's why I'm doing all this stuff. I could have stayed at home doing the live streaming and all that, but I wanted a change of pace. And I was thinking about going over the road and, you know, getting my Class A and joining on with one of those megas. And then, you know, this opened itself, you know, this opportunity presented itself. And I'll be honest, I make the same amount now as I would if I worked for one of the megas, you know? And I could even get, like, if I got my own, like, fuel card, like, you know, one of those credit cards where you get, like, a shit ton of cash back every time you use it. If I did that, I would even make more money because I pay the gas on all these runs. So, like, when you include the gas rates to this, everyone would be like, holy shit, I'm going to go expediting because it looks like a lot more money. But, you know, but then you got to subtract all the fuel. I anticipate this run to Las Vegas. It's 250 miles. I get about 400 miles to a tank, $75 to a tank. So you're talking 5 tanks, 6, let's be safe, $70. So you're talking 420, $440 in fuel for this. And then plan for another tank just to get the fuck out of Las Vegas. You know? I'll give them some time, but I'm going to kind of hound them. And like I said, I probably will go on LinkedIn and be like, hey, if any of our broker connections have any freight picking up on Friday for a Sprinter van, let me know. You know, because I don't want to sit in Las Vegas. It's going to be hot as balls. How hot is it in Las Vegas now? I don't remember. I used to live in Las Vegas, I don't know, 20 years ago. And it was hot as shit. I don't really remember if it was hot or not, to be completely honest with you. Moved there thinking I was going to be a professional blackjack player. Lasted about a week. Then I had to get a job because I gambled away all my money plus my truck and everything. So stupid. Yeah, I'm going to Vegas. There's I guess a convention or something. So I'm doing like a trade show, expedited load. And I sincerely hope that it will fit in the truck with the bed down. Because I don't know, I may have to call dispatch and be like, hey, I need extra money on this. I can't have my bed down, meaning I can't sleep for the next 4 days. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like last night, all the music equipment, it was only an hour drive, so I needed to sleep, you know, because I had like 10 hours to kill. So I literally spent a good 20 minutes restocking all of the instruments in the back of my truck so I could put the bed down. And then when I picked up the bed this morning, I had to restock all the damn instruments again. And I should have probably got driver assist on all these because I had to help them load and offload, especially today. But I'm not a whiny guy, so I'll do it. Like if I'm loading it all myself, oh yeah, I'm gonna get driver assist for sure. You know, it's 91 degrees in Las Vegas. Uh-oh. Yeah, but it's still daytime. It's It's 4:30 there, so this is probably the hottest part of the day. Whatever. I can idle in Las Vegas, so it won't be that bad. As long as I have gas money, you know. Look at the sunset. The sun's pretty much gone. Like, you probably can't see it anymore. Still orange on the horizon a little bit. Like, I know when the But, well, I don't know about a live streaming, but I'll probably do a GoPro video from, you know, the moment I wake up tomorrow to the moment I stop driving for the day, and then I'll upload that video. And then I'll do a live stream tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern time, so make sure you set your phones, the alarms, and all that stuff. I'm just going to end up killing this live feed because I got to get fuel. But, yeah, I'll see all of you guys tomorrow at 8 p.m. I'll also upload some shorts on YouTube and Facebook and all that stuff tomorrow throughout the day as I drive. Those road rants. How many of you guys watched those this weekend? They weren't bad. Little 60-second clips, me talking about news stories. I'll probably start doing those a lot easier, or a lot more, because they're so much easier than everything else. But, alrighty. I'll see all of you guys tomorrow night.